Okay, so today I just want to take you through my team for the purple raid boss. So you can see the team that I had from the last fight. So I have Najjar, Gafodeth, Lilith, Gojmir, and Arlen with the blue dragon. And just to briefly explain the function of the different heroes, before we look at the specific hero cards. So we know that the purple raid boss buffs himself and then hits, resulting in a very strong tile attack and a very strong area of effect attack, right? So because it's a purple raid boss, we know that the most effective color for dealing damage is going to be yellow. That's the strong color. But given the high attack or the high damage of this raid boss, we actually need the heroes to be at 6 stars. So basically fully leveled. They're not dusted at the moment, as you can see. That's kind of doable for now, but maybe later there would be a need to move towards more defensive teams. So using the yellow heroes, that means that they're gonna die pretty soon if they're targeted for the normal attack. So that's why it's important to bring a taunter with high defense and HP. Off color if possible. So here I have Najjar, and he has basically the benefits of having the taunt and the reflect. So the reflect will have some incremental damage, but every little helps, right? So that's why he's here. Next I have Gafodeth. She's fulfilling an attack up role. I had her for this time because I wanted her shield. An alternative to Gafodeth would be Aurora. I haven't chosen her because with the strategy I have now, I would be matching red for Najjar, I would be matching yellow for my attackers, and I would be matching purple for getting rid of purple tiles. I find for me that matching 3 colors is really effective. If I had Aurora for blue, I would be matching 4 potentially, which means that I would be less effective in getting those red, yellow, and purple tiles. Another alternative for Gafodeth that has worked really well for me is Boden. So he's a red with attack up and increased speed. And what's really nice is that the speed helps me get more turns so that the purple raid boss hopefully doesn't go off twice in a row. That works really well with Skyron and his decreased speed. And also Boden, being red, he has great mana synergy with Najjar. So again, I can just focus on 3 colors, and with 3 yellow heroes instead of 4, I would get a slightly better mana efficiency for my attackers as well. And then I have Lilith. She is basically removing the statuses, which is how this raid boss is intended to be countered. I find it, helpful to go along with how the devs have intended these raid bosses to be countered, because if there are any changes in the future, then I'm basically covered. I'm not going to be kind of accused of cheating the system somewhere down the line, which I find reassuring. And then I have my 2 hitters. So I've gone with a high attack strategy. So I've got Gojmir and Arlen. I don't really have yellow hitters based on HP or defense, so that's why I've gone with attack for now. And yeah, briefly on the potions, I've got revive because I'm scared that these heroes would die with the raid boss special. I've got the health potions, I've got the mana potions, so usually I bring something pretty simple. Now if I go to the individual raid cards, the hero cards, so Najjar, I've basically equipped him for defense and HP, mostly HP, because with a higher HP and lower defense, that's basically going to reflect more damage. And if I briefly look at the equipment, so I'm trying to get speed on all of the gear if possible. So I've got speed, not speed on the gloves or the armor, and I've got speed on the boots. So it could be improved, but I'm pretty happy with how he is at the moment. So Gafodeth, I'm looking at speed and HP. Similar story for Bowden. Let's find him. Yeah, so, well, I need to level up his equipment. But he has got speed and defense. And Lilith. So the important thing about Lilith is I've got her special maxed. So you see she's going to remove 3 positive statuses. That's really important because the raid boss is giving, what, 8, 9 statuses to himself. I've basically maxed her passive as well for inflicting curse. Ever since they've made curse stackable, I've basically changed her around to give her really high accuracy so she can land that curse, and curse can take care of the statuses as well. And then looking at my hitters, so Gorchmir is, sometimes my strongest hitter. He has pretty high attack and crit damage. The crit rate is above 100 because I want to use him in other places against red, blue, and green heroes as well. And he's a really good hero against this raid boss. He does a ton of damage, usually more than my Arlen, in fact, and I think it's because he ignores 40% of defense rather than 20% of defense. Arlen's still a great hero. I like to put him as leader, so he gives the 44% attack bonus. I haven't really tomed him up for now, but I find that he's doing decent damage at the level he's at, and I'm cheap on money. So I'm keeping those legendary tomes for something else. That's basically my team. And I normally get around 400k on this team.